Happy Friday, you guys. Thank you for jumping on. We are going to get this party started. We have three amazing guests that are going to go over some awesome topics with you today. But we are going to start with gratitude. What we start with every morning. Grab your journal, grab a piece of paper, a back of a bill, a sticky note, I don't even care what, grab something, write down your I am statements and what you are grateful for in the last 24 to 48 hours. It could be anything. Just what are you grateful for in the last 24 hours? I'm grateful that 24 hours. I don't even know, yo. No puppies in the house. I have all full-grown dogs in my house right now, which means they sleep through the night. Kind of. Sometimes they like to jump on my face at 2 a.m. It's fine. They're cute. I'll allow it. But no screaming puppies in the middle of the night. That's why you're wired. Shh, don't tell anybody. Doesn't need to be recorded on the Zoom. It's because the capsules. That's why I'm wired. So ladies, everybody knows how I start my mornings. What is something that you implement every single morning to jumpstart your day? I know everybody does their journaling, but everybody does something a little bit different. So let's start with Shannon.
Hello, good morning, everybody. I do my 5-minute gratitude journal that, you put down what you're grateful for, the goals you're passionate for, I am statements, who you are, appreciating today, who you're forgiving today. And then at nighttime, I'll come back in and write down what made my day and what I can do better for tomorrow. But I add to that the recharge daily journal. It's just like the self-care and gratitude journal that you've seen Lisa have before, but it's a little bit different on the inside. You put on here what recharged you today, exactly how you spent your time. I'm a very bad person with time management. This has been helping me get better with it. And then the only other thing I do in the mornings before I start my day is, of course, the 100 Days to Brave journal. That's how I start my mornings.
Tanya.
Kyla, I'm sorry. Kyla, how do you start yours?
Ooh, I muted and my camera was off. I do a little bit different. Before I do my gratitude, I actually go through my Facebook memories because it kind of makes me thankful and grateful for, things that have happened to me. Maybe people that have come into my life, maybe people that have left my life for one reason or another. Then I take my warm shower, feed my dogs, and then I do my gratitude journal while I'm doing my step 2. And then I actually had a friend give me this one, and I've actually been kind of slacking on it, but it's a prayer journal for women, and it's let me open it and I'll show you guys. Let me go to the next page because I kind of wrote some stuff down. Go to a new page, sorry. But it's got like what you're thankful for, and then like guide me, teach me, things on my heart, highlights, prayer requests, and then like a reflection of the week. I have no idea where she got it from. I can find out. But it's like a weekly, like you go through and like, if there's something on your heart during the week. But yeah, so my friend got me that. But I've been kind of slacking on, both my 5-minute journal and that. I kind of do both. But I mean, I always give gratitude every day. Sometimes I just don't write it down. So.
And that's fine. And that journal is on Amazon for $9.95 because I just put it in my cart. But there's a few other ones. There's one for 52-week scripture for guided prayer notebook for women, $6. Also putting that one in my cart. I mean, there's a bunch of them. Just look through and see which one strikes your fancy.
And I also have this one that I have a bunch of them. I got this one from Lisa.
I got that one too.
It's a little bit smaller, It's I haven't done this one, but I brought it in here just to kind of show you guys. It's gratitude. It's I am thankful for in the day, and it's just like 3 things, and then it has like a cute little quote every day in it. And then I would go back in there, but my husband's snoring. I have this book, and it's called Badass Affirmations just for women. And I go through that every day, and it's like different quotes of like women that have, you know, passed away, or like Oprah Winfrey, or you know, different people. I can if you guys want, after the event, I can post it. That one I know for sure is on Amazon, but I have that one at my bedside table, and I go through that every day. And sometimes I'm just like, okay, I need these affirmations, you know, because I say them to myself, but sometimes I'm like, sometimes these women just like say what you need to hear, you know?
Yes. Tanya.
Good morning. I actually start my morning off a little slower, just because of everything that I've been through in life over the last few years. And I get severe anxiety, so I wake up in the morning, and if I jump into anything work related, my anxiety really gets going, and that sets my precedent for the day. So I'm a little slower. I also have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. So I'm usually woken up to them climbing in my bed, jumping on me, Mommy, let's do this, let's do that, let's play this, let's play that. So I actually spend my first part of the morning with a different kind of gratitude. I spend some time with my kids first. And for me, because that's one of the most important things for me, I want to show them that I take the time out for them, that I'm grateful for them, all of that kind of stuff, and get them going off on that right foot as well. And then when either they get into an activity or they're eating breakfast, then I usually get on my phone and I share my gratitude with my team. So I make sure they know I'm grateful for them. Upline, downline, sidelines, everybody, not just my downline. I know some people focus on their teams, but I want everybody to know that I don't make money off of, that I'm truly grateful for them as well. So I try to share that every morning with whoever that I can. Sometimes it's random, sometimes it's extended beyond that. I try to show my gratitude then on like my social media. I'll make a post before I get into anything with something inspirational or motivational, or something that's going to kind of radiate that positivity out. Those are the first couple things I do every day. That way, if for some reason I get caught up in life, I mean, being a single mom, it happens. Anybody on here as a single parent understands, or a fur parent knows how things just happen. I know, Brittany, you were saying, 2 o'clock in the morning, they're jumping on my face. It just what it is, And then once that gets going, then I sit down with my gratitude journal and I write down the things that I'm grateful for, and I set my future intentions. So I put what I'm grateful for now. And then I'm like, okay, so what am I grateful for in the future? I'm grateful that I stayed consistent, that I plugged in, that I actually did the things. I didn't just say, oh yeah, I know I need to do these IPAs. I actually do them. And because I did that, I hit 200K, or, things like that. So I start breathing things into existence. And I found starting my day off like that, it just makes the day easier, and I don't feel as stressed out trying to get things done in my day.
I like that. I like the starting it slow, when a lot of us start days like they're on freaking fire. But I think that's smart, because let's be honest, once you wake up, it's either gratitude, then, balls to the wall, or it's take a minute to breathe, get a few things done, get your head on straight, then deal with the balls to the wall. I'm going to start trying that. I will attempt to do that. I can't guarantee with 7,003 dogs in this house that's going to happen, but we could try, because some more of them are getting out. So hopefully very soon it'll just be my personal dog. And then I won't get smacked in the face at 2 a.m. I mean, I still will, because Scarlett's the worst. But she just looked at me like, I'm not the worst. I'm super cute, Mom. You're the worst. So team news. It's the same team news that it's been for the last 2 months. Guess what? It's Palooza's coming up. Get your ticket, because I'm pretty sure they're close to sold out. On every single team page, there's a post with, hey, who wants to drive down with me? Hey, who wants to catch a flight with me? Hey, who wants to room with me? Don't make the excuse of, I don't have a room. There are 7,005, hey, I use the same number, 7,005 people that are looking for roommates. Get a house down there. Sleep on somebody's floor. Make a post saying, hey, look, I would love to go. I can, even if it's just I can afford the ticket to get there and I just don't have a room, there's 7,005 people that would be willing to let you sleep on their floor. Just, you have to put the message out there. So get that done. Porta, where are we going? Getaway? I don't even know how to say some of these places. Mexico. Going to Mexico in June, July, whatever month it is.
Brittany.
Yeah.
Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try that. Mexico. Yeah. Yeah. So we have 2 more months to qualify, right? March, April. Yes, 2 more months. Don't make excuses. Why is my mom calling me at 7 a.m.? No. Love you, mommy. 2 more months. Well, a month and a half. Yeah, month and a half to qualify. Don't make an excuse that you can't get it done. You can get it done in a month and a half. You can do it. Bonuses, same thing, month and a half left to get it. Don't sit on your hands for the next 43 days. I'm just making up numbers, not even gonna lie.
7,005.
Huh? 7,005.
7,005.
Yeah, don't sit on your hands for the next 7,005 days. No, 40 something days. You can do this. We have 11 days left in this month. That sounds about right. 11 days left in this month. And then there's 30 days in April. Start doing the do right this second to get the get in April. Don't count yourself out. Yes, do not count yourself out. All right. So now that we've talked about team news for the 7,005th time, the same dang things, we're going to move on to the nuts and bolts of this. Showing up versus showing up and doing the damn thing. They're 2 different things. They are. For the longest time, I would show up on every single Zoom and go, notes. And then the Zoom went in and I would go, cool. And then I would do nothing with it. So I have, once again, 7,001 of these damn notebooks around my house that have fantastic notes in them, but I would never implement it. So I sat at, I don't even know, $400 in sales every single month for 2 years because I would write shit down that was magic and then not do it. Why? I don't know. Laziness. Thought if I wrote it down, it was good enough. Thought if I heard it, I was going to do it. But I clearly was not going to do it. I was going to write it in a notebook and go, oh my God, this stuff is so good. I need to do that. And then the Zoom would end and you feel like your job's done. It's not. You have to show up and do the shit, not just show up. So let's start with Kyla because she went last time. On mutual self. How has this happened to you? What changed? And any advice you have for anybody?
I think it happens to all of us, honestly. And it has, like, it's so funny because I always talk about this. Like, when I first started, so I was in another company. And when I first started, Stacy and Derek would both tell me, do the PD, do the personal development. I'm like, I'm not going to read a stupid book. I'm not going to listen to some YouTube video. How's that going to help me? But it really does. Like, and there's some days where I don't have time to sit and read a book, or I can't, watch a YouTube video for an hour. But even if you just get like 15 minutes in on your way to work, or, some days it's like jamming Tupac and Snoop on my way to work. That's my personal development. Yes, I listen to 90s rap. Okay. But do some kind of personal development every single day. That's huge. And I know she's not on here because it's like 4 a.m. in Phoenix right now, or Tucson right now. But that's got to be one thing that you make time for every single day, even if it's 5 minutes, even if it's locking yourself in the bathroom away from your kids and meditating for 5 minutes, doing your IMs, everybody takes a shower, everybody poops, right? Get that personal development. And that was one huge thing that changed for me. Once I started implementing that, I'm not an organized person. So I do have the planners. I write things down. That it doesn't help me. I'm not gonna lie. But yes, showing up on the Zooms and doing the IPAs, that's a huge thing too. I do the task lists daily. Write your 5 things down, because once you start posting about those 5 things, people are going to start to know who you are, which starts building those relationships. I post about my dogs, I post about my daughter, I post about my teams, I post about my hot air balloons and my plants, and people are constantly like tagging me in things, and people are constantly inboxing me about, oh, I saw this cute whatever it is with the French bulldog on it. And those things, you're not just thrive, because people are starting to get to know you and getting to know who you are and what you're about, and you're not just selling these stupid little stickers to them. You know what I'm saying? And that was really big too, because like, for instance, yesterday or the day before, I don't even remember, all my days are running together now. Like, I signed up this girl who started a customer account 2 years ago, but I've been building this relationship with her, and she's been commenting on, one of my t-shirt posts or my dog posts, or because we've been building this relationship, she finally signed up as a customer. And it was like a huge, like a $250 order. And she originally was just going to sign up for rest. You know what I'm saying? It's just building those relationships and sending those kind messages, as much as you don't want to take the time to do those 15-minute, those 30-minute power hours, to do that personal development every day, to get those IPAs done, you're getting them done. And going back to what Tanya was talking about earlier, like, she gets her, inspirational post done every morning, and she gets her IPA list done. That's another thing I do every single morning, is those inspirational posts, because you never know whose day it's going to make, whose life it's going to change. I made a post yesterday, and so many people are commenting on it, on Instagram and Facebook. And they're like, girl, thank you for making that post. That's what I needed to see. And it's not just about Thrive. Like, I go to some people's pages and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a commercial. I would unfriend you. Like, who are you? Like, all I see is this sticker. Who are you? Like, I don't even know your name. All I see is this black label all over your page. You know what I'm saying? And then live videos, like, as much as you're afraid to do them. Like, some days I look like a trash bag that was stuck to a garbage can. But I go outside and I'll do a live video of the sunset, and I have 30,000 people that hop on. But just do the dang live video. I mean, the other day I did a live video. I was so embarrassed, but I had like 400 something views. I was making dinner, and my dog got the pillow and started like tearing up the pillow while I was live. And like, I was chasing him around on my live video, and people were like laughing at it, but it got all kinds of views and comments because it's real life.
Yes, use your real life. That's what you're supposed to do. You got kids, they got a soccer game, live that shit. They're in a wrestling match, live that shit. You got 7,005 dogs being complete, you know what's, live that shit. Why? Because people can relate to that. So why not share a piece of your banana life, so that the next time you're posting about your sanity and they remember you just did a live video. I swear to God, I am not drunk. when you do a live video, but then they see your sanity sticker talking about how you're calm and cool and collected, they're like, wait, didn't you just post that your dogs ripped through the trash, that your kids tore the sofa in half? Yeah, I don't know what kids do. That they didn't sleep last night. Tear the sofa in half. That would be fucking amazing. That's something my dogs would do. But when you post about that and then you say, thank God I have this because it's keeping my life together and I'm not going ape shit, they're going to want to know what that is. So you share the real. Kids draw on couches. Oh, let me tell you, I used to do some artwork on some walls. My parents loved me as a toddler. I was fun. Super fun. Can't wait till I have my own monsters.
Yeah, just be you. Like, that was part of what my post was about yesterday. Like, just be you, because people can see through if you're being fake. If I'm trying to make posts like Tanya would make, people are going to see that. You know what I'm saying? Just be real and just be you. And that's, and people are going to, like, people message me all the time. Like, thank you for caring, and thank you for messaging me, and thank you for commenting on that post. Thank you for making that post. And I don't know, that's one thing that I've learned about network marketing and being in this business and being in, both of the businesses that I've been in, is I've always been myself, and I'm not going to change who I am. And even if I do a live video chasing my dog around because he has a stupid pillow in his mouth, all my live videos, all my posts have always been me, and I've always been authentic and,
again, showing up.
Yeah.
That includes doing the damn things.
Yeah.
Not just showing up for your business, but showing up for your people.
Right.
Showing up for your followers, showing up for your team, showing up for everything. It all loops back into one, showing up and doing the damn thing. Tanya.
Sorry, my voice is like cracky this morning. I love that she just talked about branding. Your personal branding basically was what it comes down to. I totally 100% agree. Like, your social media should not
We can't
be
hear you.
like an advertisement. It shouldn't
There's no
all be
speaker on.
thrive. It should be you with a little sprinkle of thrive in there. Like, I'm here in my bathroom. I'm completely dressed, but my brand is the Hot Mess Mom, like across all social media. I got my YouTube channel, all that. And so I'm going to be going live after this, and they know me as, okay, I show up in my bathrobe. Like, that's just something I do. So they're like, oh, she's in her bathrobe again. What's happening? What's going on with the kids? Like, what are they going to get into? Is Eliana going to be all up in the camera being like, hey, let me say hi to everybody? Like, they expect that from me. I don't go live every day. I don't, just because I don't have the time, honestly. So I go live when I can, as often as I can. 90% of the time, you're going to see me in my bathrobe. I've done interactive posts. That's another great thing to connect to your audience. And I'll be like, hey, who drops their kids off at school, and you don't want to show up in the drop-off line with your bathrobe on. So as soon as you get home, even though you got your clothes on, you throw your bathrobe on over it. I had a ridiculous amount of interaction on it. And so many people who were like, hey, I can't believe you do that. I've seen it in your videos. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm just like her. And I've had people who've asked about the opportunity because they're like, if you can do that in your bathrobe, then I can do that. I don't have to show up dressed to the nines. I don't have to, put on a full face of makeup to hop on a Sunday Zoom or a morning Zoom or something like that. I'm me and I'm relatable. So that's this kind of thing is very important for you to implement in your business. And then another thing is, don't let your why you're doing this get in your way. I did that for so long. Like, I got out of a rush situation, long story short. And for me, my why was my kids, making sure I could do everything that they needed, give them everything they wanted. And instead of working my business, I was just like, okay, well, now I have to spend every moment with them making up for all of the crap that we've been through. That's not it's my job, but it's not my job. You know what I'm saying? So instead of overthinking life, I do what I need to do. And then I still show up. The days that are rough, the days that I don't want to do it, are the days that I'm like, well, I have to do it. Because if I don't do it today, then my excuse tomorrow is going to be like, oh, well, I didn't do it yesterday. I don't have to do it today either. And then all of a sudden it's the end of the month and you're like, oh my goodness, my sales are not where they need to be. Maybe you're not thriving free yet. Like, don't be like, oh my goodness, it's already halfway through the month. I'm not thriving for free yet. Just go out there and get an order or two. You know what I mean? Reach out to people who haven't ordered in a while. And by staying consistent, it allows you that day that, say you have a regular job and somebody calls out as you're about to leave, so you have to pull a double. It happens. That's life. I've been there. The days that you may miss that 5 o'clock every day, you get a post, because maybe you're that kind of person like me. You set alarms to make sure you get it done because life happens. And you're like, man, I'm going to be at work. I'm not going to be able to get a post up. Well, you've been consistent every single day. They have something that they can see on your Facebook page or Instagram or whatever social media platform you use. You've already had a post or two up for the day. You can skip that post. Don't overthink it. Don't stress it. You've been consistent, and it allows you to miss a post here and there without your audience being like, where is she? She's no longer relevant, you know? And then I want to say something to a lot of these things that I keep seeing pop up in chat here. Stop saying I will. Stop saying I might. Stop saying you're gonna try. You need to say, I'm not 4K yet. I'm not thriving free yet. I'm not 12K yet. But this is what I'm gonna do to get there, and I'm gonna get there. I just wanted to throw that in.
You notice what she ended with? This is what I'm going to do to get there. Make a plan. Don't just say I am 4K, I am 12K, I'm going to be. You know what I'm saying? Make the freaking plan. How are you going to do it? Stop saying I'm going to do it. Stop saying I am this. Make a freaking plan. How the hell are you going to get there? I'm going to do this to get that. This is how I'm going to get there. Step by step. So you can mark that shit off as you get the steps done. Okay. Shannon.
Wow, how do you follow that? I mean, that was just perfect. But like Brittany, when she started this, she showed you the notebooks. I have had, let me say that, from March 19th, from March 2019 to January 2020, I had almost 24 books that looked like this. I was on every single Zoom. I was on every call. People that I didn't even know from this company, I was showing up and I was writing it all down. And I had notes and notes and notes, and I made 3 posts a day, and that's all I did. The couple customers I did have were people I actually talked to face to face. I come from a past of abuse and addiction, and I went to this team training in January in Syracuse, New York. And I was saying, you know, I show up on everything. Why haven't I ranked yet? And I was looked at and they said, throw them away. Because if you're writing the notes, but you're not doing the notes you're writing or trying the things that you're writing down, then you're not going to move. Throw them away, start over, and implement something from every single thing that you're on that connects with you. But don't just implement it for one day and say, oh, well, it didn't work. Implement it for at least a week or two. See if it does fit with you. You will be able to notice in a week or two. So now when I take my notes, I'll highlight something that I want to try. And another thing that I had issues with was I was making the posts and everybody talks about branding. My whole life I was about addiction and abuse. There was nothing else about me. Books my daughter got me. I think you can find this one at 5 Below. 3,000 questions about me. And then she got me Your Brightest Life Journal. If you do things like this, you can find out things about yourself that you never knew. And then you can start doing that as well. Now, when I highlight my stuff every single morning, I make a task list of everything I'm going to do. And I do not go to sleep until everything on this list is checked off or highlighted. I don't always look like this at here at 7:31 in the morning, but I'm implementing something new starting today because everybody's talking about take pictures one day a week for your entire week. And I was like, oh, I'll be all right. I can take them daily. Yeah, well, that didn't work out for me. I was always a hot mess or something was going on and I just couldn't get it done. So today I'll be changing my outfit a couple times before I take my granddaughters home and getting some pictures done. After I started implementing things in January 2020, that May, I hit 4K for the first time. And I celebrated because my daughter hit 40K when I hit 4K. Talk about the fours. And I kept doing that. But in October, I slacked off. So I lost my rank. And I had to find that again. Just because something's working and you get to where you're at, don't stop doing it. Because when you stop doing it and you get complacent and comfortable, you're going to lose what you had. And I had to build back up. And last month, I can say I finally re-ranked my 4K. And I'm excited and ecstatic to say the highest I've ever hit was maybe $5,000, $6,000. And it took me to the last couple of days of the month to even get that. But because I'm staying consistent, the word everybody hates to hear, but you need to hear it, consistent every single day, implementing things new and trying things that I don't think would work for me. They end up working. Today I'm sitting at 86.47, 72% of the way to 12K. And when I started this, I was like, oh, I think I'll hit 4K this month and the next month I'll hit 12K. No, 12K is mine. I will get it. We're all going to get the ranks we want as long as you believe that you can and you consistently go for it. That's what I got on that.
Implement stuff.
Yes.
Not just writing it down and saying, that's cool. The hell is, that's cool gonna do for your business?
You just end up with a bunch of these.
Oh my God. I need to just throw them away because let's be honest, I'm not going to read them again. I know that sounds terrible, but 3 years later, when am I going to open one of those again? So you're right. Throw that shit away. Ooh, that'll empty like 4 drawers in my dresser.
Can I just
I had almost 2 dozen books. Throw them away.
I think I'm going to.
When I first joined, I was like, okay, I got to get on this Zoom. I got to on this Zoom. And it was taking up like 7 days of my week getting on everybody's Zoom. You don't have to get on every single Zoom, every single power hour. You can't. You physically can't. And I've learned that. You know, get on, okay, say Lisa's doing a Zoom or Stacy's doing a Zoom or Tanya's doing a Zoom. If somebody inspires you, get on their Zoom. You don't have to be on everything. We don't have time for that. I had to learn that, you know, and a lot of us work outside of Thrive, you know, and what Shannon was saying, you know, she has, you know, her grandkids and all that. You guys, and Tanya too, like she said, she gets busy. I know she, you know, she works at a studio. Use old posts, use your notes. That's one thing that I've implemented. You know, I go back in my memories and I'm like, oh, I got like 4 customers out of this post. Why haven't I used this post again? So I'll save it to my notes. Use that too. Like, cause I know a lot of you guys on here work is I'll do that too. Go through your old posts, save them to your notes in your phone or save the picture. That's been a huge thing for me too. But the consistency in that too. But I just wanted to say that, like, you don't have to hop on everything. We don't have time for that. We physically cannot do that.
No, there's a Zoom or a power hour almost every hour of every day. But like she said, if there's somebody that inspires you, get on that one. If you can't get on it live, they're recorded.
Yep.
You can listen to the replay when you're driving to work or taking a bubble tub or pooping, as so many people say. But there's times in the day to watch these replays. You don't have to be on every single one of them live. You can't. I can't be on what time is it? 7 a.m. and then also be on Lisa's 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. or Stacy's 9 p.m. I'm not a night person. My dogs get me up at 3:30 to 4 o'clock in the morning. and then I'm up for the day. I can't be up till 10 o'clock at night. I'd be dead. Not dead. You know what I mean?
And another thing that's been huge, and I know Tanya she's with me on this one, is use your upline and your sidelines for screenshots and three-ways. Those are huge, because sometimes like I'll be typing and I'm like, this does not sound right. But I've used that same conversation like 30 million times. And I'm like, hey, Tanya, hey, Becky, can you look at this conversation for me? And I've just used like one word wrong. And they're like, read that again, like use this word instead. And you close that person in like 2 seconds. Use the screenshots and the three-ways, because those are huge too in helping close somebody. Like you could be trying to sell move to somebody and you end up selling the burn experience all because of a different conversation, all because you changed the conversation up. So use the screenshots. That's been huge, because we don't all know everything and we're constantly learning, and it could just be wording. I mean, Lisa says it all the time. It's all in the words. It's in all how you say something. And like I said, we don't all know everything, and we all need help closing.
Could be
sometimes.
one tiny little tweak to
It could
one
be
word that makes a difference.
And or but. Like I used to say, well, the Thrive experience is $150, but I started using also or and boom, makes such a huge difference.
So if you're not 120% confident, oh, my husband hates when I use big numbers like that for percentages. If you're not 100% positive that these are the words that you want to use, take a screenshot, send it to somebody, say, hey, just want to get your feedback on this before you hit that send button. Because once that send is sent, it's out there.
Yeah.
Once you've sent that, but it's out there.
Because you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube.
Sure as shit can't.
I can remove messages on mine.
But
yes,
then
but they've already read them.
Right.
Oh, you got to be quick.
Gotta take that
Or just
shit
don't
back
do
real
it.
quick. But you can't take stuff back once it's out there. If you've already showed that you're not confident in something, they feel that confidence. They read that confidence. They saw it. Why are they going to go to you? So. Ooh.
And something nobody said is the voice clips too. I haven't been doing it enough, but voice clips, it's just like the live videos. People hear your chaos and
That's
your
true.
confidence and your, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I thought I hit send before. I do that all the time. I really do. I like type a message and forget to hit send all the time. So I'll voice clip them instead, because they want to know what you said.
Yeah. And they'll 9 times out of 10 respond to a voice clip and listen to a voice clip before they'll read something that you type out. All right. Any last minute advice or tips or anything?
I want to add one thing in addition to like the screenshots and voice clips. I used to be a word vomiter. I would paragraph after paragraph after paragraph, and they hadn't even responded yet. And I was still going like, this is just, I mean, I was taught back when I was like 16 with my first direct sales company. Okay, well, you get all the information out. That way you answer all their questions and they're ready. They don't have anything else to ask you. That's how I was taught, because that's how it was back. And I'm not going to tell you how many years ago that was, but
back in the day.
So if you're the kind of person who, like I was, you word vomit on people and you're like, oh my gosh, because you either delete it and then it says message deleted and they're like, what did they just say that they had to delete? Because if somebody deletes a message, I'm like, yeah, what did I just miss? Did you just send me a copy and paste message that had somebody's name in it and you just caught it? Because that's where my mind goes, because those are usually those messages I get. And I'm like, guys, don't. But if you have a tendency to word vomit, reach out to your upline and be like, okay, so this is the message that I was going to send. It's too much. How can I cut this down? Because I think that in itself is going to help you get through. It's like when you reach a plateau during a workout, you need to change up something to break through. for a lot of people, and I'm sure there's some people on here that this will resonate with, you just have, there's this, you can't figure out why you're not enrolling, what is hurting your conversations. And I say hurting nicely, I'm not trying to be like, hey, you know, but it's the reality of it. Either you're using a couple keywords or you're saying too much. Answer their questions as directly as you can. Only answer what they ask. Don't give them information that they don't need, you know, wait for them to ask for it, and try to do it in like 1 or 2 sentences. If you can't do that, send your message to your upline or to somebody that you look up to, or you know that you can bounce ideas off of, and be like, how can I cut this down? Because that's what we're here for.
If it doesn't fit in your screen, it's too much. Cut it down. You have this much of your screen when you hit that send button. If they got to do this 7,000 times to read your message, it's too much. Do you want to do this? I sure as shit don't. I want to see it real quick and go, I can respond to that.
I always leave it with a question too.
Yes.
If it doesn't fit into a voice clip, you're word vomiting, because you can voice clip for a minute. You can get a lot of information out in a minute. I try to keep my voice clips between 30 and 40 seconds max. That way, you know, and I always start off, sorry, my life is crazy right now. The kids are doing this, or this is happening. So I hope it's okay to voice clip you, because nobody's going to be like, no, you're not allowed to voice clip me. They'll be like, yeah, of course. And then I get my point across very quickly. So that way they're not sitting there for a minute, because they might have run to the bathroom at work to listen to your voice clip, or snuck in their pantry and they're sneaking a candy bar while their kids are wreaking havoc, and they've got that 30 seconds to listen to it. So try to keep that short as well. I've learned that, and it helps.
Love it.
I gotta add something too. When you're doing these, learn this the
Uh-oh.
3
Frozen.
introduce them and hush up, because I can talk myself out of a sale really quick, because my person, like my upline, I'll have them in conversation and then she'll say something and then I'll say something right behind it. There's no reason for me to say that. So if you're going to put somebody in a 3-way to help you, introduce them and shut up. Let them do the talking. And one very important thing that I need to tell everybody, if anybody can do, if I can do this, anybody can. Just remember where you were in life, but never lose sight of where.
Amen to that. All right. Y'all are freaking awesome. So before we get to end this thing with 100 Days to Brave, I think Star's reading, question mark?
I'm going to today.
You are, okay.
Something came up. Yeah.
All right. Kyla. Guys, I want you to drop in the comments 1 to 2 things that you are going to implement today. Not tomorrow, not next Tuesday when it sounds good, not put it in a freaking notebook and then put it in a drawer. What are you going to implement today that's going to change your business? Kyla, I want you to pick a winner once you see one that jumps out at you like, this person needs this. And Shannon, if you want to go ahead and start the 100 Days to Brave. You are breaking up a little bit. Uh-oh, do we lose
Can you
her?
guys hear me because you froze?
You're frozen.
Can you hear me now?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sometimes it goes a little bit wacky here. Day 46. Your church. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. Love does not parade itself. It is not puffed up, does not behave rudely, does not seek its own, is not provoked, thinks no evil, does not rejoice in iniquity. I don't know this word, but it looks like inequity, but rejoices in the truth, bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. That's 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 7 in the ESV version. I don't know where you are in church walk, your church story. Maybe you recently started following Jesus and the church is still totally your jam. I'm so glad for you. But here's some truth. Just like any relationship, you and the church will have rocky times, just like any relationship. Flawed humans who led your church disappoint need to why church hard because of humans. So many humans. My local church recently went through something hard, and to be honest, my feelings were all over the place. I didn't want to stay. I once asked my friend, Pastor Scott Sauls, what happens when you stay in a church, even when you are hurt or it seems hard? He said, that's when you grow up. Wow. Part of being a Christian is wrestling through scripture and wrestling through relationships. If we unplug ourselves from the local church, we don't even wrestle. We lose the opportunity to wrestle inside so that you will love well outside. When we're outside of our Christian community, we are called to love well, to outdo one another in kindness, to put others before ourselves. If we unplug from our church, we're unplugging from our family of believers. Our get hard. The task today is be brave. This Sunday, go to church. Even if you don't know a good one, call someone and ask. If you've been hurt, go back anyway to the one you know or the one you don't. But step back through the doors and see what happens next with your business. That's my grandson.
All right, Kyla, did you pick somebody? You're muted. Hey, Bobo.
Duh. Let me find her now. A bunch of people. Kyla, Dominic's. Is that how you say it?
Message me on Facebook. I will give you the list of options to choose from, and we will get it mailed out.
Yay.
We are ending early for the first time ever. All right, guys. What you wrote down, you said you're going to implement it today. Okay? Don't write it in a book and put it in a drawer. It's not going to do anything for you or anybody else. So the thing that you put in the chat that you're going to implement, do it today. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Friday.
Can I add one thing real quick before we have
all this?
Happy weekend.
What you got?
I just wanted to offer something for you guys in case you were trying to figure out, okay, I don't know if my timeline, what I'm doing on it, or am I sharing too much? Am I doing all these things? I know Kyla's used it. I'm not sure if Brittany's used it, but we have something called a timeline assessment that we use. So if any of you guys want to, to be able to print that out or bring it up on your phone, go through your timeline and say, okay, this is how many times I've posted about Thrive. This is how many times I've posted about my 5 things. This is how many times I've done this. This is how many interactive posts, things like that, just to make sure things are balanced, or at least not a billboard. Let one of us know and we'll make sure you get a hold of that. Because I know for me, that's huge. If I'm having like a quiet period in my business, I'm like, okay, what am I missing? I go back, I look at the last week, I fill out the timeline assessment, and I'm like, oh, I haven't posted a before and after in 4 days. That could be why people are like, well, why do I need Thrive? What is it going to do for me? Some people are that visual. So that way I'm hitting all audiences. So I want to make sure we let you guys know that is available. So if you want that, just let me, Kyla, Brittany, anybody who's used that, I don't know who's used it before, let us know and we'll make sure you get that.
There's a lot of people saying that they want it.
It's posted on Dream Team. It's in the albums. I posted it a few months back.
Awesome. So yeah, go ahead and take a peek there, guys.
That just reminded me too of another thing. See, I always forget stuff. If you don't know what your 5 things are, go on your Facebook page and say, hey, what's the first 3 things that pop into your head when you think of me? Because then that way people will be like, oh, dogs and plants and 90s t-shirts or whatever. that'll help you guys too think of your 5 things. I just thought of that too. But yeah, a lot of people are saying that they want the timeline assessment. So maybe we can bump the post on the Dream Team.
It's on Dream Team under albums, one-on-one Zoom.
And I want to let everybody know that's scared to go live, do it scared.
Yep.
Growth does not come from comfort zones. Step out of it and just do it scared.
Truth. All right, guys, have a wonderful Friday. Bye.